Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and this is Coffee Chat Monday and Writer Wednesday combined because Monday was the first day of me picking my grandson up from daycare and trying to rearrange my schedule, and it was just very busy and hectic, and daylight savings time had started, and I loathe daylight savings time. Messes me up every single time. Let's get started. We're going to talk about writing. So if we were having coffee, what would we chat about today? I thought we'd talk about Camp NaNoWriMo. I thought we'd talk about preparing for Camp NaNoWriMo, what I'm doing and what you might need, and what's going on around here. Usually for Camp NaNoWriMo or any NaNoWriMo event, I spend the month before preparing. But I am finishing up my novel from November during April's Camp NaNoWriMo. I am hoping that July's Camp NaNoWriMo will be rewrite and edit. It will be my actual NaNoWriMo. So I have ordered mini tarot cards. I'm going to make copies of the cards. I'm going to cut the little copies out because they're miniature tarot cards, and I'm going to put them up on my storyboard. I'm going to take all the stuff that's on there off, and I'm going to take my colored post-it index cards, and I'm going to color code characters for the character arc. I'm going to put those up there. I'm going to use my white index cards that I have for me to carry around with me. On one side will be the picture of the tarot card, and then on the other side will be the little note for what that tarot card represents and what chapter it is for my novel. Because I'm not doing major outlining. I'm not even going to worry about it because I'm a pantser at heart. And I know my hardcore outline parts, my big parts, like my beginning, my middle, my end. And I know some of the major obstacles, like what's going to happen so that my character can do what she needs to do internally and externally. I'm not writing all of that down verbatim. I'm going to have little phrases, few sentences maybe at max, and go from there, because every time I try to hardcore outline, it just, I don't know, it does something to my creativity, and it makes my creative process feel suffocated, and I get stumped, and then I feel like, I don't know, like there's nothing left because I've done all of it. I've used it all up for the actual outlining. Maybe it's in my head, maybe, but I know I'm a pantser at heart. Instead of trying to use this method, like Save the Cat or the Marshall Plan or Snowflake Method or any of those things, and they work well for fleshing out your ideas. Like when I used the Snowflake Method, it helped me write my log line, it helped me write my synopsis and my summary, and I'm okay with that part. That goes in my writing journal for the novel, and I'm good with that part. But anything past that, when you get into the hardcore part of it, it just leaves me feeling dead inside as far as the creative process goes. And I have tried, and I can outline. I can do it, and I make beautiful outline. I use a touch of artistic creativity to add to the process, so I have little drawings and things with it, and it is beautiful. But it just doesn't work for me because once I get done with that, then I don't want to write the novel. My daughter and I were talking over the weekend. She said, "Mom, just do what you really want to do. What works for you? What really works for you?" And this is what works for me. Using Arwen's e-course, doing the tarot and the hero's journey, and outlining from that, I am going to, like I said, use the tarot cards, the pictures of them, and the little color-coded index cards, and then my white index cards. They're not going up there. And I'm just going to do the basics. And most of it's going to be the tarot card itself, what the tarot card means, what chapter it is, or what obstacle part, like what plot part. After that, I'm done. I'm not doing a bunch of outlining. I'm not outlining scenes. I'm not even outlining every single chapter. I'm just going to outline sections, and then I will be writing. I have already finished chapters 1 through 4. I now have chapter 5 to redo because it's the transition between the new stuff I wrote and the old stuff I wrote. I have chapters 6 through 11 written, so I'm in Act 2. Once I get this chapter written, almost to the middle of Act 2. Well, not quite. I'm a fourth of the way through Act 2. That's what I'll be actually writing during April's Camp NaNoWriMo, is the rest of that. I'm getting all of this done so that, hopefully, so that when April starts, I will be writing the rest of Act 2 and Act 3, I hope. And then that way I can spend May outlining Book 2, and then in June, I'll go back to my novel after having taken a month break from it, and I will be doing some editing and some rewriting. July, I will finish up my editing and rewriting. Or maybe I'll take June and I'll do rewrite. I'll do editing, and then I'll take July's Camp NaNoWriMo and actually do rewriting. So that in August, I will go back to finishing up my outline for Book 2. And in September, after I've passed over my book one more time for editing and rewriting. I'll do another quick through of it. I can give my book to beta readers. Then October will be finishing up all of the last minute outlining stuff for November, and November I will start writing book 2. That's my goal. That's my plan. I'm working on it. Well, since I'm participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, one of the things that you want to do is, if you're a pantser, have at least a general idea of what you're going to write about, some ideas about your characters. That's my suggestion. If you're an outliner, you want to have at least started planning your outline so that by the end of March you have your outline done. You need to at least outline your beginning, middle, and end. And for those of you who are more thorough outliners, you want to outline your obstacles, your conflict places, your setting, your characters, that kind of thing. Now, let's get past the outlining part, because I've done videos about outlining and everybody outlines a different way, and my process or your process are probably going to be a whole lot different. And I just got finished talking about how you need to do what works for you, not what works for somebody else. You do what works for you. But know that by the end of March, one way or the other, you at least need to have your idea. You need to know something about your characters and your setting. I try to come up with character names and character profiles, and then I try to come up with my setting and my setting profile before I start writing. And I try to do any research I might need to do on the novel before I actually start writing during the outlining process or the preparations process. I'll call it the preparations process because, like I said, some people are pantsers. If you need to do any research, you don't want to spend time during Camp NaNoWriMo or a NaNoWriMo event doing research. You want to spend it writing. Do any research that you need. I would also get any supplies that you need. If you don't have a thumb drive, get a thumb drive. You are going to need to save your novel, back it up in some form or fashion. Email it to myself once a week. I give it to Dropbox, and I put it on a thumb drive once a week. Now, I'm backing it up every day, like in Scrivener. But if I were using Scrivener and I was using Word, I would be saving it and I would be emailing it to myself every day. Scrivener's actually pretty good about backing it up. I have an external hard drive that I save it to every day. I don't leave it just on my desktop. I put a copy of it onto my external hard drive every day. You also might want to think about supplies like pens, pencils, notebooks, highlighters, post-it notes, if you use those during any kind of NaNoWriMo event. You also might want to think about snacks, extra coffee, extra bottles of water. Try not to do a whole lot of eating when I'm actually at my desktop writing. I will take a break for a minute and grab a snack like that and then go back to wash my hands off. You might want to think about getting some baby wipes. Since this is supposed to be virtual camping, you can do the virtual camping supplies. It's really cute. Sometimes people go all out and people actually have done the cabin or the camping kind of thing. If I had a camper, I would be spending April's NaNoWriMo in a camper from everybody else. It would be wonderful. I would miss them though. So that's what I have going on. There's a lot more that I can get into for preparations for Camp NaNoWriMo. I use Scrivener. It's absolutely wonderful, but there are other word processing software out there you can use. Some people actually use Google Documents. Some people use OpenOffice. Some people use all kinds of things. People actually handwrite in a notebook their whole entire novel. It's up to you what you do and what works for you. I handwrite scenes times when my creativity is sitting at the computer kind of so sometimes I handwrite scenes, and it really helps the creative process for me. I have a notebook that is entirely devoted to each novel, and now with this novel I'm working on number 2 for notebook. But I'm super excited. This is going really well. I'm really excited about it. Hope you guys are too. For those of you who are doing Camp NaNoWriMo, I haven't really seen very many videos yet, so I'm waiting because I'm super excited. I thought if there are some other people who are doing it, so if you are, and in the comments below, let me know what your NaNoWriMo name is so I can add you as a buddy. And it's listed below so you can add me as a buddy. And I will see you soon. Thank you for watching.